See. Let me get to the Northern District Highway Commissioner. It is the one and only John Caldwell. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. It's great to be here. Appreciate it, Paul.
Did you hear the little intro that we did right before you got on? It was the Senate House.
Yes, I did. Very familiar with that scenario.
All right. Well, before we get to other stuff here, your thoughts on that one, because they pulled the $80 million snafu out. So speak to that.
Well, and I appreciate you calling it snafu because, the commitment was that the department would get 10 years of $80 million, which we're not even getting that because of the timing and the way the bill's passed and the way it'll end. So we're actually getting about 8 years of the money. And now they're already trying to take it away. We really should be talking about increasing it. That $80 million, just like the 87 highway bill where people talked about it being indexed and it wasn't indexed and people complain about it. Well, they didn't index the 80 million either. So we need to be going 80 million one year and 82, 84, 88. We need to, because we're going to get less done every year if we stay with a flat rate. So we need to be talking about increasing it, not taking it away.
Well, Commissioner, how much money? Well, let me just, for the people to know this, how much money you've actually gotten from that kitty so far?
The first partial year we got over $70 million, so that was above our estimates. We're gonna hit our $80 million, and then the other funds will go other places after that. But we'll get our $80 million this year. We're very close to that now already.
Now, have you been able to match that with government, with federal dollars?
Well, we're not doing that with this money. We have been so short on funds, just about everything we've been doing has been a federal qualified project so we could get to 80/20. And so what has happened is we've been neglecting some of the roads that didn't qualify. Some of the three-digit highways, as some people call them, are roads that have a little less shoulder, a little more turn, a little less slope that doesn't qualify for federal funds. We've just been leaving, short. And so we have taken that $80 million and specifically spread that out across the counties that have been neglected. And we still got the federal matching funds for our other regular road projects and the regular funding. So that's $80 million on top of what we've been doing. So it was a really good move by the legislature to move that money to us. We need to start looking at how we're going to index it and go for the future. But hats off to the legislature for, kind of making that sausage and getting some of this stuff right.
It was Chairman Busby that you heard handling that bill, and it did some other things too. It increased the harvest load?
Yeah,
I guess that's a temporary load.
That's less of an issue on my count. I don't agree with increasing the weight limits. Our bridges and roads don't automatically just get transformed into roads that can carry extra weight. So that's something that's not addressed in the bill when you start adding weight. On the flip side of that, we've got harvesters right now going out there with 90 and 100,000 pound loads, so I'm not sure how much that's going to change.
All right, let me ask you this, because in listening to this yesterday, Chairman Busby seemed to hold some caveat whereby he could change his mind on that one before it was final in one way or the other. I'm not sure what the process was, but I think he also did mention that he had some concerns about the weight limit.
Absolutely, and they all have concerns. I mean, that's the beauty of working in transportation. Everybody's trying to do the right thing for the roads and the bridges. Nobody's pulling totally against each other. Everybody's trying to do what we can do to move commerce, to help the harvesters, to repair the roads, maintain the roads, make sure our bridges are safe. So it's a group effort. And like I said, it gets kind of ugly sometimes when maybe it shouldn't, but they're doing good work down there, and my hat's off to them.
What's the story? And we got news yesterday that the executive director, who's been with MDOT for a long time through that ascent into her current position, speak to that and exactly what's going on.
Yeah, well, our world is definitely changing. I know we're talking about Aretha Franklin coming into this spot, but we may be talking about times they are changing with Bob Dylan, because we're facing a real game changer for us. I mean, Director McGrath has served the department with distinction for decades, I think up to 34 years. And her tenure as director, comes with excellent audits, one after another. We just had one recently completed with no audits, and you're talking about the Shad White world that he is going after you, if you don't do something right. So she has got a track record that rivals anyone in the transportation industry, and so she'll be sorely missed. It's kind of like replacing a high-profile winning coach. It creates a gap that needs immediate attention, so we're going to do that.
Well, apparently leadership in specifically the Senate, as far as the lieutenant governor, when you double refer something as far as reappointment, I mean, the writing's on the wall, isn't it?
Well, that's mostly the case, and so yeah, that we have to do our job as a commissioner. Senate has to do their job as a Senate, and I'm not second guessing their maneuvers and things that they have to do. But it's been a bruising legislative session amidst the backdrop of a worldwide pandemic, so it's definitely not business as usual. And I'm grateful for the leadership of the House, the Senate, state executives. In a time like this, it's it is what it is, and we're going to move forward, and we're going to.
I understand it, and you're being very nice, but I'll be honest with you. It seems like MDOT is under fire now more in this session than it's been, and it's always there. But it seems like it's under fire more now this session than it's been in the last several sessions.
Yeah, we own that. I mean, we absolutely are under fire, and we've asked for it. I mean, we came in here this year with no plan. I mean, I'm my biggest disappointment in my first year in office is we don't have a highway plan to present to the legislature. Legislature can come up with one in 30 days.
Well, wait a minute. Whose job is it to do that?
That's me. That's a commission, and we need to do a better job of getting a road plan. We have the data. We have gold-plated data.
Mm-hmm.
We have the knowledge. We have 3,000 people and $1 billion budget. Why we don't have a plan that tells people what we need to spend money on and where our projects are going is totally on John Caldwell and other commissioners.
Well, and also you have a debacle on on Highway 49 that is front and center to a lot of people, literally thousands of people every single day, and it is just a nightmare. And talking to Willie Simmons, we understood what happened with that with the mishap or the misstep on that one. The good news is all of you guys are new, and you can't take all of the blame, so we can march forward on that one. I will offer you this, though. When you happen to be in the capital city for business or pleasure, give us some notice, and we'll get you in. We'll have maybe get a couple of you have a little highway roundtable. I think it would be